Today we're going to be dividing polynomials by monomials. Basically, the assignment is just going to be, you don't have to color it if you're doing this online. Basically, all you're going to have to do is just solve for every problem. If you're looking at the assignment, the first problem is going to be, real quick, let me pull it up right here. It's going to be x to the third power plus x to the second power, and over, all of that is going to be over x. Gonna make this a little wider just so it looks better. That's gonna be the the problem that we're gonna have. So the way that this is gonna work, if you saw, we're gonna be talking about the quotient rule. So quotient rule is gonna be something like this. You're gonna have x. Let's say x has an exponent of a, and it's gonna be divided by an exponent of b. Whenever you have this, the way that you're gonna want to do this type of problem, you're going to have to rewrite it, right? You're going to write it the same base. So the x right here is going to be my base. And the b and the a are going to be my exponents. So what you want to do, you want to write your base first. So I know that my base is going to be x, so I'm going to put x. And then on top of my x, I'm actually going to write a, the first exponent right here. That's my first exponent. And I'm going to do a divided by b. Or not divided, what I'm talking about. You're going to do minus. So you're going to be subtracting your exponents with the same base. So let's put that into practice. So first things first, whenever you get a problem, like whenever you're dividing polynomials, you're going to try and pair them both. So I'm going to pair these two guys right here, the ones I'm coloring. I'm going to pair those two together. And then I'm going to pair the other two together. So x and x squared, I'm going to pair them together. So they call this a heart method. I don't really like to call it that way because if you get polynomials that are really big, it doesn't really look like a heart. But right now it does look like a heart. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. So I'm going to have x to the third power over x. And then I'm going to write the operation that I have right here. I'm going to rewrite it. So plus x squared divided by x. At this point, we're going to do what we were talking about. We're going to do the quotient rule. So I'm going to write my exponent, or my base, which is going to be x, right? That's going to be my base right now. I'm going to write my base, and then I'm going to write my top exponent minus my bottom exponent, which is going to be a 1 right here. So it's going to be 3 minus 1. And for the second one, it's going to be x is 2 minus 1. Once you do that, all you're going to do is just regular subtraction. So it's going to be x is equal to, x, it has the power of 2 plus x. And that's going to be my answer for the first problem. It's not very hard. This whole stuff is actually pretty easy. But I'm going to do another one just to make sure you guys understand. So the second problem that we see here on the assignment that I gave you guys, I'm going to have x is equal to 3y squared plus x squared times y to the third power. All right, that's going to be the top, and everything's going to be over x and y. All right, it might look a little complicated at first, but it's exactly the same thing that we did before. So I'm going to do this guys first. Right here, let me just color it so we can look at it a lot better. So I'm going to pair those two. So because I'm going to pair, I'm going to get x cubed y to the second power over xy plus the other one, which is going to be this other section over here. It's going to be x to the second power and y to the third power over xy. Once we have that, I'm going to let my x get, whenever you do this, whenever you separate, you're going to worry, your different variables are going to worry about their own variables. So if I'm talking about x, I'm only going to work with the x. I'm not even going to touch the y. And if I'm talking about the y, I'm just going to worry about the y's whenever I'm doing the quotient rule. I'm not going to worry and try and combine them. I'm just going to work with them independently. So, with that being said, my x, I'm going to rewrite it, right? So it's going to be x. I'm going to use the quotient rule. So I'm going to be, my top exponent is 3 minus 1. And then I'm going to do my y. Y, the base, right? I'm going to put 2 minus 1. Because that's the exponent on the bottom, and the exponent on the top is 2. Then I'm going to do plus. I'm going to do x, 2 minus 1, and y, 3 minus 1. Once you have all that done, all you do is subtraction again. So this one's going to be x squared y plus x y to the second power, right? And that's going to be my answer for the second question. So that's basically all there is to this. The hardest thing is just making sure you separate them correctly. But after that, you just follow the quotient rule. You put your top exponent first minus your bottom exponent. After that, you just cancel out or subtract, and you get your answer. This is really easy stuff. Shouldn't be taking you that long.